Okay, we're jumping into the next phase of this little project. And we're just gonna put the pump and stuff in the box and get that ready for the fresh side. What do you think, Charlie? Are you keeping an eye on things? Charlie's watching things, eh? Kind of warm here today. Had a storm this morning. Now the sun's out. So this is our box. We're gonna put our pump in and our hose connection to go back to the trailer when we pump out. The fill side will end up getting attached down the side here so that you don't have to get into the box when you pump up and go up to fill the water tank. There'll be a valve and a cam lock connection here, and it's going to run down the truck and then up to the tank. And then the pump will be in there, and the connection and the hose that comes out of the tank and back into the truck. Okay, till we get it done. Okay, here's our end result. That's a whole lot of tinkering for not much result. But that's what we got. We bring the water in the back. Got a valve to shut it off. And then through the pump and connect the hose here that goes back into the trailer. And that'll pump water. On and off switch, turn the pump on and off. And when it's mounted back on the truck, we'll have a hose from this fitting here up to the tank on the truck. This will run to power, and that'll work it. And then we'll be able to pump water out of the truck into the trailer. What do you think so far, Mr. Matz?
I like it. I think it's cocktail time though.
All right, I can agree with that. You gonna make it?
Yeah, I swallowed this non-alcoholic drink.
Oh, well, that's no good. Guess we better turn this radio off again. All right. Good morning. Morning, Mr. Matz.
Morning.
So this morning, we're putting bung holes for pipes in these tanks. We did this one, and this is going to be our freshwater suction line to the pump. And this one we're going to mark out, and we're going to put the big sewer line one in the bottom here as soon as we get her measured out. We've got the truck laid out to where we got to cut all the holes.
I can't get it like that. I got to get up there.
He's a little vertically challenged. Or your belly getting in the way?
I need to get to the edge of the tank. I was going to the outside edge of the frame.
Yeah, we got a 2-inch line. So we got to be about an 1.25 inches off of that frame at least.
So we got about 13 1/4.
13 1/4 the center of our hole?
Center of the hole.
Okay, and that'll be from
that edge.
Left side. Okay, we'll get her marked out and we'll come back to showing what we do. Let's see. It's okay if the hole's a tiny bit smaller because it can, yeah.
Okay. And you had two inches.
That's all there. All three of them are the same size.
1.5. Okay.
Yeah. So, peoples, so what you do with these is this is a grommet, same as we just put in this other tank, and we're going to drill a hole, and then this grommet goes in the hole, and then this piece here snaps down inside that grommet. Once it's in the hole, it snaps in there, and there's a little lip that locks behind it and locks that into your tank. So then, with any luck, it all comes out the pipe and nowhere else. So, we're gonna don't drop the grommet in the tank.
Wow, I know how to get it out.
The last one he dropped in the tank. So we'll trim that edge up, and then we can put our piping in there, our piece in there. It's on the top of the toolbox. And snap that in there. I'll have to get, they do recommend a little dish soap to snap them in, the pipe into the grommet, to make it easy to push in. So we're going to do that. We'll grab a little bit of lube, and we'll go from there. Well, we should have been a surgeon. Look at that meticulous scalpeling.
Now, do you think the people at the RV factories and stuff do this? They just cut them holes and shove them bones in there.
Either that or the tanks they get have spin weld fittings on them.
The black tanks have this
It's the same idea as that?
Has the exact same
It is,
fitting.
eh?
The black tank I pulled out of my other RV had the same fitting.
It
on
did, eh?
Yep.
Because I know you can get, there is a tool you can buy, but it's expensive for just one or two fittings, right? That attaches to what they call a spin weld fitting.
Yeah.
And you drill a hole, and then you put the fitting on, and you just spin it till it melts the plastic together. And that's basically what these other fittings here all are. That one looks like epoxy, but this one here,
Yeah.
that's a spin weld.
But it's not a fitting.
No, it's just a plug what they've used when they rotomotor the tank. But that's the same idea how they put the those spin weld fittings on. They just melt them into the tank.
All right, we don't need to worry about the
No.
crap in this one, because it's already gonna have crap in it.
Yeah.
We want to glue this one.
That's what I was going to ask you. I think we do.
Yeah, we want to glue this one.
Just as, so anybody watching going to go, you don't glue that. They'll fit. Well, on mine, when we did it, that didn't fit tight enough like that one. It's in that middle drawer, and it had a bit of a leak. So we pulled it out, and we got Loctite glue that bonds to both plastic and rubber, and we just glued that fitting into place, and then that way it didn't leak no more. The idea is the bung goes in, and this piece here snaps in and tightens that rubber, but it just didn't tighten it enough. So you got the, what's that, the 406 or 495? 495. It's basically the same, yeah. Yeah. It was a 404 I was looking for, but I couldn't get it. So make sure you get on the right, yeah, right side.
This is what you got on your hands.
And it sticks your fingers together really good. Yeah. Now it's what I did for a little extra precaution, is I just put mine right around the outside here as well. That'll run right around there. And that bung don't come out now, and it don't leak. I'm just doing this because this is, if anybody's watched our videos knows this is the second set we've done. So we're doing a little improvement on each one. Mine, we put a 3-inch bung in it, 3-inch drain. It does not need it because 2 reasons. The 3-inch pipe is a, I'll turn you around here. So a 3-inch pipe is a lot harder to route underneath, excuse me, underneath the truck and around. It's just tough. Now Randy does have a lot of room under his tank, under his thing. We could probably have run a 3-inch pipe, but it's not needed. Everything that goes into these tanks is macerated, because you got to macerate and pump it from the trailer up into the truck. With that, one of my other videos you've seen, it took us.
It went too far. I put too much stuff.
And what'd you do that for?
It went too far.
The other ones, my other video, if you've seen it, we pumped that tank. Yeah, you went too far. We pumped that tank on mine, 100 gallons in about 1:40 seconds, drained it. So it just does not need a 3-inch bung. There you go. Perfect. And see, that rubber did not move one bit when you pulled that out. So there's the finished product as far as tank prep, and we connect our plumbing to that. And the same with the other tank here. We put a freshwater fitting that we slide a pipe through it into the bottom of the tank for the suction side. So anyways, getting back to what I was saying about the size of the pipe. This is 1.5 inch fitting that goes in the tank, because it's what I had left from mine. I got the kit and I only used the 3-inch. So we thought we would use them. And the fact is that we'll step it up to 2-inch right out of the tank. So it's got lots of piping to drain, because his is going to go all the way to the back of the truck. But 3-inch to 1.5 inch or 2-inch drain, it's not going to make a lot of difference, other than the fact, like I said, we can drain mine in about 1:40 seconds for 100 gallons. This might take 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Big deal. So that's why we're not bothering with the 3-inch drain anymore, and it makes it a lot more convenient to run the piping. Well, that's okay, we can still do that. So we've cut the holes in the deck with the plasma cutter. Randy's just going to clean up the slag and bit now with the die grinder, so that we don't have any sharp edges to cut our piping. Clean them up a little bit. Okay guys, we got the frame all welded down and touched up and painted, whatnot. So now we're going to put the tanks in the frame and check our holes. Lines up okay. If we don't need any touch-ups around our holes or anything like that, we got lots of clearance. And we'll show you what a gong show this could be. I don't know if you want you. Yeah? Well, it's your truck.
I mean, I stood right here before and actually I kneeled down on it.
Well, it's your truck. Okay, let her down. Oh, perfect. Perfect!
Do you have any doubts?
Any better than that, you think you knew what we were doing.
Push up.
Down?
Is it? Oh, no, it isn't. Down now.
Any better than that? Well, that wasn't very good content. We're gonna spice it up a little. We're gonna see if Randy can get down without the ladder.
That's gonna be tough. Turn the ladder around that way to keep going. Like that.
Bring it off.
Well, at least we know we can get them in like this.
Yeah, like that was.
We can get them out like that too.
Yep. Yeah, we knew they would fit, so. In and out's easy peasy. What? It's 100 gallons. What do you need?
If they'd have made it 200 gallons, would have been good.
Oh.
150. We got room to spare.
How much do you think you got to pump it?
I'm
What?
just thinking what else I could put in there.
Nothing, because it's going to be behind the drum box.
Oh, what's the thing with work to put that working clamp in?
Oh, now you think of that.
I do want to put a bracket on there to hang my ladder on
Yeah, that's no problem.
once we get the side plates and stuff to it.
Well, we got your flagpole here too, don't forget.
Yeah, we got to move it to the back to there.
How big's that clam tent? It wouldn't fit in between there now, would it?
No.
No, okay. End of discussion.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get it in there. Unless you took it, it wouldn't go over the front, I don't think.
No.
Because the middle of it's about that big around.
Oh yeah, no, that ain't gonna go in there. Okay guys, this morning we got the rest of the plumbing hooked up and our box back on, as you can see here and right now. There, so we've got our, move yourself. We've got our plumbing set up as you seen earlier, but now it's connected. That goes out to the suction side and we'll put the fitting on there to pump into the trailer. And then we've got our fill side right here. You can see the hose going to our connection and our valve under there. Now you can see that better. And our plumbing piping goes across. The grommet, yeah. So we got our pump. It'd be nice if I could talk. Plumbing all done. We're filling right now as a test. I don't know if you can see with the, oh yeah, you can see it. There's a water line right now. So we've got no leaks on anything, which is great. The only thing you have to do, these grommets here that are made for these tanks, it says to use, you know, the 1/2 inch grommet, 3/4 grommet, 1 inch, whatever the case may be for the whole size you drill in the tank. But the grommet for the 3/4 inch pipe was way too loose as far as we were comfortable with for sealing around this part of the pipe. The pipe would literally slide right in with no trouble. So we changed this grommet out and we put a 1/2 inch pipe grommet in there. It's the same size outside hole that you got to drill, but we used the 1/2 inch grommet on the 3/4 pipe. And it was a tight push, needed a little bit of lube, but it's tight and it don't leak. So mental note for anybody doing that, that's the way you might want to go, not to have a leak on your suction pipe side. But so far, it's there, it's a success, and now we're gonna plumb in the septic side. What do you think, Mr. Metz?
Love it.
He loves it, and that's the only thing that matters.
Okay guys, we've started
Customer
under
loves
here. We've got the main line started. Next is going to be a valve, and we're making a bracket to hold it. And then you can see the other, I don't know if you can, other two lines back in there. One's the vent, one's the fill that we'll connect to. So it's coming.
Where's your squeeze clamp?
I brought that one. The magnet won't hold it. I brought you the magnet.
You see it?
There's the first primary valve in there. And then we go down the frame, and I'll go bracketed. And then our secondary. See, we don't have one. Oh, here it is. And then we'll have a secondary valve back there.
All right, we've got our plumbing done and run. We're just filling up the sewer tank with some water as a test. And we'll show you what we got. So, as you know, there's our tanks. You can see it filling. We've got our plumbing run underneath, drain line, fill, vent. And they run down the side of the frame. We got them bracketed, and then they go down the side back there. They'll be behind the boxes. And we come out down here. And then we got our turn on and off valve for fill, and on and off valve for a vent. And our drip valve right here. Oh, we got one tiny little leak right where this fitting goes into the valve. That plastic fitting? Yeah. We'll have to snug that a bit. That's not bad. All the connections, one tiny little drip on a plastic fitting. So, and then open our valve up front, and then we open this valve here and drain her all back out again. So, that's the plumbing aspect. When we get the whole thing all back together, boxes on and tanks covered and everything, we'll show you the final result. And it ought to be just marvelous. Okay, right. So all our tests seem to be successful. Got water coming out of the back, our hose, and we're pumping water. This little pump actually works pretty good. Okay. You didn't wash your car. There. Cam locks on. Fairly quiet pump, really. We're good. Okay, all else is tested out good. We've checked. Now we're dumping our water, make sure our sewer flows. So there we got a valve. He's going to pull his primary valve. And then the secondary valve. And the vent. Yeah, you want to do the vent probably too. Vent open. And go. And look at that. Let the poop fly. That goes down pretty quick. And we had about 30 gallons of water maybe in that tank. 20 gallons of water in that tank. And it's empty. That's how fast this 20 gallons pours out. So you don't need a 3-inch line. We're done there. We can come up and shut our primary valve, shut the secondary, shut the vent. And we're done. Just that simple. I'd say it's a success. What do you think, Mr. Metz?
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
All right, that's the main thing. As long as our customers are happy, that's what we like. Now we put the boxes back on. And okay, well, we forgot the video to take this off, but this morning I'm a little more on the ball. Not by much. We've got the box out, and we are going to video it. See, it's out. And we're gonna put this up here where you guys can see all the live action. As soon as I can figure out how to get this camera set up right. There we go. And then we'll have video replay when something goes horribly wrong.
Okay, trying to get her in place. Hold her straight, now walk it over. All right. Come up in. Come up in. All right. You're not going your way. Yeah. You'll have to shove the bottom over and then I can let it down. And in. Can you come up a little bit? Can you come up a bit higher? Is that where I go? Yeah, you gotta come up. I need to push the bottom over. Okay, ready? Yeah. I hope. Let's go. Come back up a little bit. Oh, I don't know.
Might be just a little bit too far that way.
Look inside. If I get a big punch bar,
Yeah, we'll probably do it because I can see the boat holes in the back clean. I can see. On the front. Yeah, it's close right there.
might have to trim a hole. Me? Yeah? Yeah, I'll leave 'em. Okay. Oh, probably a pinch bar, we can move that back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unhook her. Leave her there.
No, let's leave it.
Leave her hook until we get her? No, put her in house. Okay, let me grab your pinch bar. I don't think you'll move her, Randy. It's the deck's a little bit off. We can ream her. Yeah, we can ream her. Let's get her unhooked and this thing out of the way so I don't got to worry about it. We can ream 3 out of 4 holes ain't bad. One's only a little bit off. Needs a ream. Little reaming. We're doing good.
Alright.
All right, I have to say that was a success. Our battery's just about dead. So that's how she's gonna look. That's pretty well it, eh, Randy?
Yep.
So that's how she's gonna look. She's got her connections back there, her box is on, her drum box back on. Oh yeah, you'll be able to see through that vent thing good. We actually got lights on it, so we flick this switch and you can see it lights the tank up. Oh, lights the tank up nice. I don't think you'll pick it up on the camera unless you can see it flickering, but lights the tank up good.
Oh yeah.
Huh? You'll be able to see what's in there.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll be able to see how full the tank is with that. So there you go. There we have her. Tore his truck all apart, made some improvements, put her back together, moved the flagpole to the back, and then we'll use the holes in the drum box for a ladder hanger if we got room. So till the next one, that's all. Okay guys, there's a little bonus work done on this set of tanks that we did for Randy here. He used to strap his ladder and his ramp to the deck. It was a little inconvenient, plus taking up room on the deck. So we did a little bonus work here, and this is what we ended up with. We made a couple nice brackets to hold his ladder and be able to clamp it down so it can't go anywhere. She's good and solid. And then we thought, well, we're doing this, we have room on this side, we might as well to make another set of brackets and a ramp holder. So we made up some new brackets to hang the ramp, and another one to screw in and clamp it down, clamp it to the box. And now he doesn't have to strap them onto the deck. So there's our finished project on tanks and brackets. Now if you were sharp and you were looking at that earlier and going, but now with that bracket on there you can't see the tank filler slot. We thought of that too, and we know. But the only time he's going to be doing this is boondocking, and at that point the motorcycle will be taken off, so the ramp will be down, and we'll just leave it under the truck or trailer or on the deck for the time he's boondocking and needs to see that slot. But 90% of the time you don't need to see that slot. Probably 95% of the time you won't need to see that slot. So it makes a great place to carry them ramps. So there we go, and that's where we're at as a finished project. Okay, a little more on the bonus footage here. We had a request for a special project from a special guy, so we took a few minutes and we made this little outfit here. Now, I'm sure most people would recognize what it is, although it could be a couple different things. But this is a special little project for a special guy, and I think you know who you are. And Mr. Metz will have it for you next time you meet. We do our part to help out. That's all.